allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. The first order of business is public hearing has been moved to June 19th for the deductibles, insurance deductibles, that is. And next is public comment.
Well, you're hilarious.
Oh, Mr. Finkel.
Yeah, quit your day job. How many people do you have to have a quorum?
3.
That's it?
Majority of the board.
Which has 3. Okay.
That was it?
For now.
Alrighty. Reports. Superintendent, Johnny reported hitting the ground's in order. Rain hasn't helped, but they are working away on it, on the grounds. And treasurer.
Number 1, software account installation update. Edmunds is continuing our software updates. CHS accounting will have to wait until Edmunds work is completed before finishing our AFR for fiscal year 22-23 and begin monthly reconciliations for fiscal year 22-23. Currently being worked. We do not yet have a current timetable for the Edmunds software update. Item 2. Expenditure account 814-1040, collector cash was used to pay for a variety of municipal items from annual subscriptions, copy leases, and IT maintenance. Initially budgeted at $25,000, this account was last supplemented with $7,600 just last month. Since then, we paid $16,000 in IT expenses, much of which I was unable to accurately predict. So it is now over encumbered by $1,119.22. The resolution is requested to remove the over-encumbrance and fund the account for the rest of the fiscal year. Increasing contractually 1040 by $2,000, decreasing the UFB fund A599 by $2,000.
We can do these all at once?
Yes.
Okay. Sorry.
Expenditure accounting 191040, fire department insurance was budgeted with $50,000 at the beginning of this fiscal year. Due to premium increases in the last 6 months, it has become over-encumbered. The resolution is requested to move funds to zero the account, so for the end of the fiscal year. Increasing fire department insurance A 191040 by $1,793.15, decreasing fire protection department fuel by the same amount. Item 4, expenditure account 851-4212. Snow removal regular time was initially budgeted for $77,717. It became over-encumbered in the last 2 pay periods of April. This time code is charged by a schedule, so it's not based on the actual hours worked by the DPW folks. There's a schedule so that our pay should be more predictable. It was similarly over-encumbered last fiscal year. So this may be an indication that the pay schedule to this code may need to be revisited. The resolution is requested to move funds to zero this account for the end of the fiscal year, increasing snow removal regular time to $5142.12 by $5,882.24, decreasing the UFB balance A599 by the same amount. Expenditure account, so last item here, expenditure account A9050.8, unemployment insurance was initially budgeted with $2,900. It is now over encumbered. The resolution to request funds to move, the resolution is requested to move funds to zero this account for the fiscal year, increasing. I'm sorry, folks. That is, you have an error in number 5. It should be increasing snow removal regular time A 9050.8 by $405.79, decreasing unincorporated fund balance by the same amount.
Do you mean, should it be unemployment insurance?
Yes, A9050.8. It should increase A9050.8 unemployment insurance instead of the snow removal regular time in that last item, number 5.
Sorry, I didn't catch that. So I'll make a motion that per the treasurer's report, we approve items 2, 3, 4, and 5 with the corrected category.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Discussion? Tom?
Yes.
Eric? Yes. Yes. Chief?
All right, folks, actually, so last one, thank God, not going somewhere, 32 calls, a lot of training, so we did a lot of in events. We were down at Hillcrest for LifeNet, which is the helicopter that comes through on occasion for airlifts. We had training there, we had training with Half Moon for Falcon Trace. We're actually on their box alarm in the event, because it's a big old folks home, assisted living home. We're on that box alarm for them, so we know about that. We had a Little League parade that we were here for as well. Just a lot of little things going on in overall. Pretty much seems like every weekend we're busy with something. It's either training or supporting somebody somewhere or somehow. Other than that, I really don't have much. It's just been quiet. So I'm gonna leave it at that.
Can I ask the fire chief a question? When you have a training exercise, now everybody knows you're gonna train, you're gonna do something on Saturday at 11 o'clock. Do you sound a siren for that?
No, we do not.
Oh, okay.
No, it's all done through either email or, well, actually, you can put it on Facebook that we're training, but we don't sound the siren for training.
Okay.
That'll be scheduled too for the firefighters.
Yeah. Thank you.
You pushing for more sirens?
No.
Want to make sure. Code enforcement.
Well, the project's already moving along except for the ramp. The ramp has got set back by the temporary ramp. Now that the temporary ramp's in, the contractor's way behind because of rain, and we probably will start in 2 weeks. So we hope to have it all done by the Antique Festival, which is the 22nd of June.
Season opera.
22nd of June. How long is it gonna take them to do the job?
Well, it should, I'm sure it'll be in and out of there within a few days.
Yeah.
And then the railing goes up.
Yeah.
Did we get any word back from the bell tower?
We haven't signed a contract with them yet, so we're just in the process of signing a contract.
They've barely been here.
I did hear from them, and they said they plan on installing it in September.
Auditorium.
Hi. I always have a co-partner here, but I don't. So anyway, I thought we would have the 24 season brochure today, but hopefully we will have it tomorrow. We have updated the date of the volunteer welcome to June 4th at 6:30 in the auditorium. I will prepare something for the next 2 emails that the village sends out, and hopefully we'll get some good response from that. It should be a really exciting season. Just today I made some contact with someone from the Eastern States American Guild of Organists who said that they would list all our organ events in their summer calendar. So I sent her all of the information that goes to like at least 300 people in the capital region. So that will be, I think, helpful. And those people who love organ and organ music, it will, I'm sure, entice them to come here. I will prepare and send to all the board members the request that I made at the April board meeting, because now we're really starting on May 29th is our first big event, and that is the Improv Spaces event that will take place May 29th through June 2nd. And they're going to have a food truck, an ice cream truck, and the food truck is going to be the lobster roll truck. So I'm sure there'll be a lot of interest in that. And I will, again, there were some requests that were made in April that we probably need to address. One of them is I'm concerned about the bathrooms in the dressing rooms. We really, at the very least, we need the new toilets in there, because they're not even kind of bolted down, they're rocking, and it would make things so much better and so much easier. I have not heard anything about fixing the clear story window that is flapping and allowing animals into the building. I realize that that's really hard to reach, but we have to come up with some kind of plan to make that happen. The auditorium will be professionally cleaned this Saturday. As of yesterday, the golf cart is still in there and will need to be moved, and I will ask him to move the speakers. We had many items confirmed this week. I have one outstanding item, and that is, this is where we missed Lydia, is she always housed all of the organists, and we don't have housing for any of the organists. And I still need housing for Anita Graff and another place for her brother when they come in August. Anita is part of the trio that's coming. We're doing the porch concert, the tapas party under the tent, the chamber music, recital, and then master classes. So, okay, there's one down. Great, thank you. I met with 83 this past week or so ago, and one of the things that we talked about a lot was the organ. Today I heard from Matthew from Andover, and one thing he said he can do is extend the $10,500 quoted price for the walkways until September. The new walkways project will not affect the leaning facade pipes, but they have to remove, well, I'll read it to you, it's just easier. The only possible wrinkle will be if the pipe that is collapsing will need to be taken apart and resoldered. If so, repaired parts will need to be repainted, and there's no guarantee that gold will match the gold on the pipes exactly. Until he gets a price from the pipe maker, he can't give a firm request. But because of the weight of the pipes and the number of people needed to get them in and out of the organ, plus repairing or remaking the support racks behind them, it's a ballpark of $10,000 to $15,000. And he said, I hope this will be of some help. I just want to keep everybody updated so that we know what is happening with that organ. Peter and I went over the other day, and you can really see, we took some pictures of where some wood is separating, and we're just really hoping that it looks like there's a support in there holding up the beam as much as possible, but there are still some real concerns right around that organ. So I hope that we can get some resolution to some of those things this year, so it doesn't get worse.
I just wanted to point out, we put new locks in the doors in the auditorium. And he's coming back, so all 3 doors will be keyed the same. And he needs to put a bar in the double door, so that can be locked without putting a,
So when you say 3 doors, you mean the one by the bathroom leading out and both double doors?
no, just one double door and the current door that we use, so they can all be keyed the same.
Okay.
You
Right?
sure?
Am I
No,
right?
I thought it was the 2 double doors and the one by the bathroom. And the one that goes underneath his stairway is still the same old lock. He said that lock was too old to
Okay.
change. But he's gonna come back and look because he said the door is not being secured like with the peg that goes in the door that will go to the ground, kind of keeps it lifted a little bit. And because that doesn't exist anymore, it's starting to pull and weigh down, which is affecting the hinges and the way the door closes. So he wants to repair that.
Yeah, and now that we have it locked up, everything except the 100 windows that most of them can't lock, I think that we kind of need to address the windows so that we can at least get them locked. There's 2 on the east side that have been broken for at least 3 years. And we can just go and open them and anybody could go in there. And we have, Carvey Dam will be starting to arrive like next week, so, and I really don't want kids going in and out of those windows if we don't have to. That's it.
Are they just like a swivel kind of lock?
No, it's the ones
No,
that
it's
push.
bolt down. Well, okay,
I mean,
I mean, the worst
do
thing we can
it,
do,
but
put
you have
it
to
down
go
and
with
keep
it
it
now.
from
Yeah.
swinging out.
yeah, we could deal with that.
Okay, good, that's it.
Can I also suggest in preparation for Dr. Diem arriving that we fix the fence around the hotel? And may I suggest we put something better than what we have up there? Maybe spur on some metal fencing.
Sharon, very quickly, before I forget. $10,000 for the walkways and 10 to 15 for the pipe replacement?
The pipes, there's
They're
the
not
ones
sure.
that are leaning.
Yeah.
They will have to come out, go back to Vermont, to Andover. And he doesn't know how that, he said if they have to be resodded and we will have to probably paint them too. So that was 10 to 15,000 for those 3. And they said they would also repair the part where it's leaning. I will say I went in there the other day and I was so upset that more things have fallen from the scallop boards and landed right on the brand new bench, and there's scratches in the brand new bench already. And
Was it covered?
I don't know, that's what I asked. We had, Amy made a beautiful cover, and
Who's it on?
I don't know where, I only saw the day that we did the dedication. I haven't seen the cover since, but I can go over and, I mean, I haven't searched for it, but it should be. I will say that I did leave the parts that were falling from the scallop board, because I think it was pretty high up. So I don't know what we do to maintain that. We used to, put some oils on wood years ago. It was just so dry that you can almost just touch it and things start falling apart.
What, you're talking about the scalloping
Yeah.
above the,
Yeah, like 3 big pieces, and it was plaster, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
Plaster.
plaster?
Yeah,
Where all
wasn't
that
wood.
scallop is, it wasn't wood.
Yeah.
Wood would be easier to maintain.
Okay, clerk.
gonna have the DPW guys will be going around to the residents, to get the water meters read. So just, hopefully have the areas clear around those meters. If you have debris or stuff around your house. And then there's 3 dates coming up for events. We have a speakeasy that's this Saturday. We have a paint and sip on Tuesday, and we have lantern sales on January 1st. I believe the guy is coming next week to work to figure out what he needs to do to get the electric done for the flags. So there's a couple of outlets that we want outside the building, and we have flags on order when that job is complete. And the author that is doing the book, the Round Lake history book, Ron Case, is coming into town next week between Wednesday and Friday. Meeting with Scott, meeting with a few other people while he's here to sort of see what the next stages of that book are.
Okay, tree committee, working on getting registered in the new in 2024 state system for administering grants. And I think I have successfully got in. I just got an email an hour ago saying you've been successful in getting registered. So we should start getting some action on that, which will involve taking down some problematic trees and some pruning and some other activities.
Related to the tree committee, they planted a tree over there that was all still piled up and everything. And something that happened with that, was the DPW didn't do it?
Yeah, that's on my list.
Okay, I didn't know if it just got dropped by somebody.
No, well, it wasn't. I didn't send the email, which is entirely possible. I intended to. Old business, cell tower home rule legislation. Is that, Tom, is that, I just have to sign these, or?
The process to approve it was begun, and there was a proposal, I think, in the Senate side to modify the language so that it does not authorize parkland to be leased for the whole period from 1996, or whenever we did it, through 2058, and they changed the language to simply provide that from the date that the current cell tower contract expires, that the village could contract for a cell company to use that property for a period of up to 30 years. Doesn't change anything substantively, but that's what, quote, the lawyers, close quote, in the Senate wanted to do. The Assembly has no objection, but we have to approve new home rule request forms and authorize Gary to sign them. I prepared them. Again, there's no substantive difference in the outcome. And I would hope that some forward-thinking trustee would make a motion to approve the home rule request and authorize Gary to sign.
Are you more forward-thinking than I am?
I'm sort of back over there.
Okay, I'll take a motion.
And I have a second.
All right, discussion?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yes. Community room notice, ramp access repairs, kind of, you hear, you know about it already.
Yes, thank you.
All kinds of notices going out on those ramp repairs. When we're, keep you updated as we get more information.
Under new business, we have the reservation.
Before we get too far for dealing with ramps, I was asked to put together a contract for the ramp job, And
That's the bell tower, isn't it?
Right,
No, it's
the bell tower.
The bell tower, that's under new business.
Okay, never mind.
Okay.
We have resignation of village historian. Please accept my resignation from the position of Round Lake Village Historian. I was extremely honored when Bill Ryan asked me to take the position and when the village board appointed me. However, at this time, after being diagnosed with my illness in November and the treatment that has begun, I do not have the ability to concentrate as required to fully represent the village as I know it should. In my mind, Scott is the obvious person to be a Round Lake historian. Upon my retirement, he's knowledgeable about the Round Lake history and has already made significant contributions to promote the village. 50 years ago, Norma and I made the wonderful decision to move to Round Lake, a place where neighbors become friends and friends become near family. We found enjoyment in contributing to the village as members of Whirlus, being trustees on the library board, and the service I've made on the planning board, and most recently as historian. We in the village raised our 2 children here. We will always have Round Lakes in our heart. Sincerely, Lance Spalholz. And I speak for the whole board in wishing him very well, thanking him for his service in many different hats that he wore over the years. We wish him the best.
He's a real asset.
And next, we have proposal for environmental inspection of the Van Patten property. This was one of the items that was included in the contract when we purchased the Van Patten property. It was sent out to you, and you have a copy in front of you for a phase 1 environmental site assessment.
$2,300.
Bottom line, $2,300 parkland fund, so I will need authorization to spend $2,300 for a phase 1 environmental site assessment from parkland funds.
So moved.
Second, discussion?
Yes.
Tom?
Yes.
Yes. And just in time, we have
That's a,
Mr. Scott Reilly for an AP3 report.
AP3, oh my gosh, all the stuff we have going on. Are we gonna put that in, are we gonna mention that now?
Well,
For the Sarah thing?
yeah,
Okay.
go ahead.
We have been looking to spend some of our money on the organ. So, Sharon has, Sharon has contacted,
I did do that part.
you already did that part.
Yes,
What do
we
we
can
do?
have 10,000 till 500 till September.
500 plus September.
10,000 for the walkways.
Yes.
It will extend it.
So they're okay, they're approving it, so.
Well, no, go ahead.
Okay. So, yeah, basically what we need to do is make sure it's okay with the village to go forward with a walkway for the, ordering, which you already explained what it was about.
Yeah.
Okay. So I think we need approval from the, village to go forward with that, or just go forward?
Yeah, I don't think it needs to be in a resolution, so.
Okay.
And it's a village building, so you can't really do anything to it, you just need a real fresh inspection, right?
Do we have something in writing so that we have the parameters of what they're proposing and what
Not yet,
we're doing?
we're on the early stages right now, so basically we just gotten, an estimate on the cost,
Yeah,
so.
they've been talking about this in the master plan, actually, it's the first thing in the master plan in regards to the organ.
I remember hearing this for years and years.
Yeah, but they're now we're thinking of actually doing something. So you can't do anything until, the organ is so massive, you can't do anything until you can get to places in the organ. And there's places that we have never been able to get to in that organ because you can't get there.
There's a walkway that actually goes up, and they haven't been tuning parts of the organ because they can't reach that area. So.
Okay, but in order to make it happen, I mean, we're supposed to get bids in proper form. Stuff doesn't really happen, but we do get proposals like this.
Yes,
It's a one-page proposal, this is the bell tower.
yes.
And then we can put in basically standard contract terms to turn it into a contract, you got to have something that's
Right.
Yes,
objective
Yeah.
for the board to approve. So if you can get them to give us a proposal, even if it's in a bridge form like that, we can work with it.
Yeah, I've actually looked into, but like I said, I like to get different quotes from different people also, because they actually do all the work on the ordering. I did call, I mean, Lydia did a ton of work and research on the ordering. I called her just to make sure that it's okay for us to alter anything in this ordering, because it is in the National Registry. And she said, you can do whatever you want to do, if you tear it down, you want to tear it down. So it wouldn't go off the registry, but.
Not because she was annoyed, right?
She did, yeah, but she did say, she also did say that they know what they're doing, so we can keep it in line with, being on.
This is the Andover doing it.
This is Andover, yes.
Yeah.
So we'll get a proposal from them and have it. Well, then they'll have to sign, they'll sign a contract. They have to sign a contract for the building.
And if anybody's curious to know about the workings of that organ, there was somebody that was doing something on it last year that did a video, and that video is on YouTube. And it's pretty impressive to kind of like look and just see the makings beyond what you see when you're watching a show.
so you can see the problems immediately, getting around in there. It's right on the Brown and Butter Train website.
Oh, that too, okay, I said YouTube, but
Yeah,
I think it's there too.
Yeah, it's on the link to it.
Right.
yeah.
On top of that, we are working on a fundraiser in September, and our spot day right now is the 21st of September. We're looking to maybe move it down, we're actually going to move it down to the ballpark area and have kind of a field day, a field day kind of thing. We've got somebody set up that is going to do a barbecue, we're going to bring the barbecue park back and have more of like an outdoor kind of thing. We're coming up with different games and different stages where we can kind of have maybe 4 or 5 people teams that enter and, kind of make it kind of fun. We'll see how it works, but we're on the beginning stage, we're brainstorming right now.
So it's a fundraiser, not a fundraiser.
That's right.
A fundraiser.
Fundraiser.
It should be lots of fun. And I think that's all we got for EV3 that way.
Okay, well, thank you. Reminder, Memorial Day ceremony, Monday, the 27th at noon. And correspondence?
I do have correspondence. Got the-
Classic auto wash, we are committed to getting
I did get a correspondence from Kevin, who's in charge of the Little Leagues, and we had some parking issues going on. I think we've addressed many of them. I think, we need to create, the idea is that, if somebody gets hurt, you want to be able to make sure that the emergency vehicles are all able to get all the way through, and the cars parking all over that are new to the area and new around Lake. It was sort of causing a problem. But in our correspondence, he made a mention to there being like a dog poop issue down at the ball field, and he would like to have that addressed. He said, the coach was stepping in dog poop. He's going to be dealing with 4- and 5-year-old kids, and stepping in dog poop is not ideal for the Little League. So he is just asking if we can either put out a note and remind people that that it's not a dog park, and to keep your dogs on a leash and clean up after them. And he's hoping to also work with Scott to sort of build the Little League up to include 11 and 12-year-olds in the future. And so I guess that conversation may take place at some point. Maybe, yes.
And that would require using the big field?
I think he's hoping for that. We've been hoping for that for years. I don't think it's going to actually happen, unfortunately. I don't think we have enough of we don't have enough 11, 12-year-olds in the area to actually support that. That's always been the problem. I actually, unfortunately, see it going the other way. It just seems to be getting. I'm not really sure how he's running it this year. It seems like it's kind of pushed to handicap him. A lot of games being played in Putnam Park instead of Brown Lake. So he's struggling with the transition, so hopefully we can bounce back from that next year. And,
Part of his struggle is, he said, with a board of 5 people and a lack of coaches, he's feeling like he's not getting a lot of support from people aren't showing up.
5 people small?
With a board of 5 and lack of coaches is what he said.
Is there usually a board of 20 or?
there's not, I don't know about that. I just think that I think he took a different approach of it, and I think it kind of fit him a little bit. So if he's either gonna go forward with that, I mean, the way we've been playing recreational ball around Lake has not really been to specs with of the league out around Lake, out of Clifton Park. So Clifton Park comes here, and we might be not exactly what the length between where you're pitching mound is or something like that. You get a lot of backfly. Where around Lake is basically, we play amongst each other, it's not a big deal, it's recreational. And most of them are younger, and the T-ball is fine, but moving up, I think he's looking to make it more, to spec. And I think that kind of caused some problems, because I think our fields are not up to spec, but they need to be.
But they're relatively new and very
Yeah.
expensive.
It's definitely something that we should look into, either making sure they're the way he wants to run the league, or the way the league was run before. So that's something we definitely have to sit down and kind of go through it and find out what his idea is for next year. And, I don't really want him to move more games out of here, because like I said, we just had the field put in, so I'd rather utilize them, so.
I'll meet with him if you want to meet with him.
Yeah. He had a rough time this year, yet he had a couple of coaches that didn't even show up the first game, so I know that he had a hard time with that. It's a hard thing to take over. Lori and Derek did it for a long time, and they tried to get out of it last year, and I think in a way they feel kind of guilty, but they just went out and somebody had to take it over. So hopefully we can work the bugs out. And are you done with your report? Can I take you back on something like that? Are we at the end where can I bring up the fact that Capital District reached out to me for as far as using the fields?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we had a Capital District Sports and Fitness. There's on Wood Road, there's a gymnasium there, and he does. He mainly works with baseball players and other athletes to, agility training, whatever it is. Gym. He reached out to us to ask if we could use the fields 8 different times. In the middle of the week, I have all the dates that I've given just to, it looks like an opening, there's not going to be any use in the field, it's going to be between 10 and 11 in the morning, probably around 10 to 13 high school, college students will be using it. They'll be using the outfield area or whatever just to do agility training. I talked to Gary today, if we could go ahead and make up a contract, it'd be great, we'll think about for 8 one-hour sessions, charging $200. So it's something that sounds good for everybody, we can go ahead and write a contract.
Similar to the one we signed,
Very
one we did in
Yeah.
for a couple of years.
So I'll probably go forward with that, and we can, when we get the contract written out, of course, folks do that and figure that out.
Okay. Alrighty, thank you. Do we have any minutes to approve?
Yes. April 17th. And I guess, let's see, we'll give that to do it. I'll make a motion when we approve the Board of Trustees meeting April 17th. And
And I was second.
yeah, okay.
Discussion?
Us.
Eric?
Yes.
Yes.
Do we have minutes? What's the schedule for minutes for
Pardon me?
the working session in May? Tuesday.
Yes, I know, I'm like 3/4 of the way I'm listening to the minutes, and I have them drafted here, I don't have them in final draft. I'm sorry, I gotta get them done, but I gotta review this week.
I just want to make sure I understood the cycle, because I didn't know if it was a full month or.
Oh, no, and actually, we just didn't want to approve those at the workshop, so that's why they're coming along now.
All right, and next, the approval of the abstract.
On the back here, treasurer's report.
Yeah, I know. I looked at it and then filed it. Eric, you can read it.
The treasurer has provided the May abstract for approval, which includes April prepaid invoices and May claims. The totals for May abstract is $130,155.46 and is to be approved per fund as follows. A fund, $127,149.64. F fund, water, $2,523.27. G fund, sewer, $482.55.
Second.
Discussion? Tom? Yes. Eric?
Yes.
Yes. Village attorney. Any words of wisdom?
Yes, this is for the bell tower. Circulate those. So this is to be attached to the sort of bullet list estimate that we received. It's similar to agreements that we've had in the past, puts them a hold harmless. About 2/3 down the page, paragraph 1, says that we will upfront provide $26,000 and an additional $39,000 upon receipt and approval by the village of architectural drawings, including elevations, and the remaining, the other half, $65,000, within 20 business days following completion of the work. And this was just finished today, so it wasn't, we didn't have a chance to put it on the website. If anybody wants a copy, we got extra copies. What I'd like is a resolution authorizing Gary to execute this, a contract for Dreamyard Structures LLC, substantially in the form equivalent to what you're looking at.
So moved.
Second. Discussion? Tom?
I actually have a question. Architectural drawings the same as the stamped engineering drawings?
Yeah.
Okay, just the same verbiage, I want to make sure. Okay. And yes,
Yes.
yes.
Now, we're supposed to have a public hearing at the beginning of the meeting on the local law that would permit the village to reimburse people whose vehicles have been damaged by snowplows and similar emergency equipment up to the extent of $500, which represents most people's deductible. The crack legal and administrative team didn't get the notice published in time, so I'd like for the board to reschedule that public hearing June meeting.
The middle of June meeting? Or
Yes.
Workshop? Okay.
A motion to
Yeah.
schedule a public hearing on
6:30.
June
June 19th.
19th.
At 6:30.
June 19th is Juneteenth, isn't it?
Yes.
Which is a federal holiday. Are we having our meeting on the federal holiday?
June 16th? Oh, yes.
Have you ever had a meeting on a federal holiday?
I don't know if like we were required to close or not. I just bring it up.
No, yeah, we are required.
I mean, I don't ever recall changing it for,
It's not a federal
I
holiday.
mean, we've changed it for things like Christmas, Thanksgiving,
Well,
July 4th, but June 19th is going to come up.
that's what the holiday for.
Just move it by the
Staff.
Been moved by a day? Have a meeting
Kick
on
somebody out.
Thursday or Tuesday?
Probably going to be on Tuesday or else usually falls on Thursday.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
So we could watch.
Could we get it done by June 5th? the notice. So we'll have the public hearing. Entertain
Same line,
to set up a public hearing for the insurance deductibles on June 5th at 6:30.
Okay. And the meeting on the 16th,
On the 19th,
19th, I mean?
Is the 19th the date of the
it's a
regular June meeting?
Federal holiday.
Yes.
Okay. Can I celebrate our sympathetic vibrations with the meaning of a holiday and still have our meeting? I say that because I heard Tuesday was out and Thursday I have a standing commitment up in Crown Point.
Thursday's also worthless, so.
Right. Yeah.
Let us play that by ears, like play it like a workshop. If we need a meeting, that we can figure out.
And if we're going to change the regular meeting, all we really need to do is publish the change and post it in the rule.
Yeah. So the public hearing, June 5th, 6:30. So, and do we have a second?
Second.
Discussion?
Yes.
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 Is it
Good catch, Eric.
as a workshop meeting then?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's, magic difference.
Gary, the revision department ticket, I don't think that takes court action.
No, I was just gonna mention it. As far as, was that it, Tom? Any more?
I'm done.
Okay. Village maker. We have ordered more speed bumps, I think 5. Some of the ones that we had were kind of beat up. So those were ordered this week and they don't take that long to come in, so we'll be dealing with that.
So where did it?
There's the 2 ideas, the 2 down here, and then one down Washington, one as close as possible place.
I'm already
I
the
think
change.
we have some existing ones.
Yeah, so there would be an additional spots that could be done.
Yeah.
These are, as far as I understood from Johnny, this was to replace the current ones because they become damaged and stripped.
I'll talk to them because we have some other requests for them.
Route 9, having personal water.
Speaking of traffic, we redid the tickets, which you have in front of you, because it came, Bob brought to our attention that we we're missing a couple things on the form itself. In particular, 168-2C, which is unauthorized parking on the breakdown lane on Route 9. So we couldn't give a ticket for that because it wasn't included on the ticket. So Tom redid it and also included the personal watercraft violation in here. So we reportedly, there was some big requests put in on Route 9, so we assumed it was for putting these no parking signs up. But they're, at least according to Bob, there's been no action. I haven't checked, but they haven't been put up yet. Well, the posts have been there for a while.
Oh,
They've been
okay.
there, yeah, but like with reflectors on them.
Right.
But I don't know, I'll check tomorrow to see if they're new posts. And the other update is on the, up on the screen, there's the paved portion of the Griffin's Ridge glide path. I was on it this morning, I thought it would look very stupid having part of it paved, but it actually looks quite nice. That's heading down to the, from the Zim Smith. I think they did a nice job. It's certainly a lot better than having all the runoff all over. But, so that was that. Just wanted to update you on that. And village trustees, any comments?
What's up for me?
Wow. I just want to know, I'm sorry, I apologize for coming in late again. Was the issue of the ball diamond and the dogs at the ball diamond pooping on all over the field, was that brought up while I was on here?
Yes.
Okay. Was there any outcome of it?
Well, he was just asking, like,
Oh, could it stop?
well, asking for it to stop, yes.
I was just thinking, can I make a suggestion? If we're not going to have a dog parks, I know we were talking about having it, is there a reason why we have to have that enclosed fence area? Because I think people kind of pull up thinking that's a dog park, but then let them go to the, and I was thinking it might be a good idea to take at least where it would be like the home run fence part of the fence down. I mean, I hate to do that, but I think it might be a good idea to open up the field so people don't look at it and think it's like, hey, this is one someone that can let the dog run free. And it also would open it up for, more events that maybe the village can hold, or if it needs to hold it, because it's kind of turning into like a fence on fence park, and make it a lot easier for them to mow it also, all in one shot. From when we first come into the parking lot, all the way back, instead of having to go all around the fence. I just don't see a reason why we need that anymore. It was put in for the big field. The big field hasn't had any use in, I don't know how long now. In a long time. So, if it is going to be used, it'll be used by either soccer field or other uses. So, I think that might be a good idea, and I can talk about that. Maybe. And metal in.
Well, if there's no, there's a declining interest in the, like Babe Ruth and stuff like that, and there's an opportunity here to expand the use with soccer.
It's clay, it's
It's really
Yeah,
That could be the
It's basically unusable.
Well, that's a big one.
continue the fence around and close it in.
Well, it is
all around, it's not even the spec for other.
It's not, and I think actually if we ever did talk about making that a true dog park, it would have to be altered also. I don't think.
Yeah, when Kevin said fields, I'm not sure what fields he was talking about.
Probably the two newer fields. They don't, I think they're practicing on the big field, so I was thinking maybe that's what it is, because I know a lot of people think they did pull up. I live around the corner, I see people pulling up, but not even from the village, letting their dogs go and running, and obviously they're not picking up the crap.
Not in the
Some in,
next part.
some, and I've actually approached a lot of people that are from Malta, from the outlying areas, and they just, some of these places with dogs to run. I actually think it should be a place that you should have your dog on a leash, because we're gonna run into a problem someday where a dog's gonna get loose. It's gonna bite either somebody or another dog, and we're gonna have a problem.
But we do have a leash.
We do have a leash law, but people are not abiding by it, they're actually using that, like I said, that's an enclosed area, you open it up, you let the dog lay down on it.
We do not have a leash law. We have a law that says that you have to have your dog under control, and if you use a leash, it cannot be longer than 6 feet.
No, 6 feet. Can't be
I
longer
believe
than
it's 6 feet, so that you don't have those long extendable leashes
Like
that get tangled around other
Oh,
dogs.
my God. That's why we leash.
make a new law, 6 feet.
They do 16
I'll see
because
if I can work out
if you're
the-
approaching another person, then you want to make sure that you're.
Yeah. It's not just on the ball field.
Some people have control of dogs, some people don't, and that's just, I just think, it's not even that, these people are not even going around the lake, they're coming down it.
So is it just like a signage thing?
Right, he's asking for signage to
Right.
put on to.
I mean,
Don't be a jerk.
right,
Pick up after you, it shouldn't even be pick up after your dog, it's either we make it no dogs allowed, or leash your dogs and pick up after yourself, or whatever which way you want to do it, but as far as that, I think that fenced-in area is definitely
I didn't hear the proposal, but are you suggesting that we put up one of those poles that's got doggy bags and a place to throw them?
Is there a
There is.
Yeah,
We could move it.
yeah, that's not my proposal, is to open up, to take actually that outer fence line down. Because I think it's an invitation that, for somebody to think is actually, that's not from the area, to think that that's a dog park. You can just let your dogs shut the gate, the dogs are closed at the gate, you can't take off. And I've seen it happen over and over again, so it's, and obviously they're not.
Languages about every day.
Yeah, exactly, and people from the village, do understand, if you have to control your dog and nobody else is around, I understand that, but there's gotta be, you know, some people think they have control over the dogs. I had a dog that I thought I had control over and it actually ran out on the road and bit somebody in the ass. I was like, you never know. And it's just it opens it up for things that, you know, nobody wants to happen. But I just think that taking that, I don't see the use for that fence unless somebody are thinking about having it as an enclosure for a dog
Yeah,
park.
we have been talking about that for about 5 years.
Yeah, and nothing's being done with it, so I think even if you've taken it down and stored it somewhere, I know that the fence from 25 years ago is
still there.
Yeah, so I'm like, it's, you know, so that's something that might help a little bit. Maybe not, but I think it opens it up for a little bit more use for us also. That's just my 2 cents.
Well, I mean, if, I'm sorry, Larry. No, go ahead. If we do it, we need to do a resolution, or we just, have the guys take,
To take the fence down or take a portion of the fence down?
or take, whatever their convenience.
Yeah, I mean, I was just bringing it up as public comment today. If you want to bring it to the next meeting, we can do a resolution, we can do that and look into it further.
My suggestion would be if there's a consensus on the board, then the mayor simply directs the highway department to
Well,
execute on it.
I know Wireless has been looking at, Molly is in charge of the dog park committee, so I will talk to her about where that stands.
Yeah. Okay.
Plus, do you need a dog park, that's the highest.
Yes. Not that size.
No.
And that might be a partial solution, move the fence back, I mean,
Yeah.
open up the field and just make it smaller. Alrighty,
Go ahead.
I just have a quick question.
Okay.
Did the board discuss the cell tower renewal?
Yes,
Do you have paperwork?
and passed a resolution authorizing new home rule requests for the Assembly and Senate.
Should I take it?
Proper duplicates.
We have to sign and stamp.
Yeah, we have to stamp that too, so.
Should I-
you can
Can
wait.
we do it after and I'll take it?
Yeah.
It's right here, sign.
Jim,
How much did that paving at Griffin's Ridge cost?
the what?
The paving of that little bit of trail there?
7,000.
I thought you said 12,000 last time we were talking about it. You said that was the whole budget for non-road
I thought you
paving.
said 7.
Still seems like really high.
Yeah, but I think that includes some other stuff.
Got the whole driveway piece for 7,000.
I know they had to do it by hand. The trail was like
Yeah, right.
10 feet wide, and
Right.
they did it 4 feet wide.
Right, the machine doesn't fit, I understand that. So
Yeah.
it seems like an awful lot.
Yeah.
Two safety things, the sidewalk going to the labyrinth, somebody's gonna trip and fall and get hurt. That's
I
terrible,
second that.
it's terrible. And
I
then down
understand, right, I got
at
that.
the lake, that circle is still caving in, and it's getting worse because the water's so high. And the kayak launch has a gap of 6 inches between where the concrete is and the dock is. There's a gap like that big.
At the
Somebody said-
kayak launch or the
Yeah.
kayak launch at this side of the lake?
The kayak launch at the boat launch.
Okay.
Out the dock that sticks out, that now dangles down into the water,
Okay,
it's got a gap like that.
okay.
It's like a field trip tomorrow.
Alrighty.
We had a moonshine in there.
I thought it was my ring doorbell. Who's in my house? That's it?
That's it.
All right, I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
So, no.
Aye.
Thank you all.
It's never used.
I think there was some issues with yours.
Yes. All right.
Put it aside, pick it up an hour later, and always find something.
You know,
I'll tell you.
we moved up.
This car doesn't do anything. Well, they unfortunately,
So that's,
you know, if we don't have a meeting,
Yeah, that would be contacted and tested.
Approval of our.
I'll put it there, Charlie on this file. I'll push it.
You know, we did this one,
yeah, we looked at that.
approved by resolution. Then we just after
It's in the inside.
host company.
That affects the trust fund.
But they were left in the office, and they actually signed it for once it was
tilted up. And I'm hoping that when they remove the cart, it will still be there.
for capital, just like that.
So
Straight out of that.
so they're gonna take that off, put a new column in.
They're all over there.
Right, I'll bring it in and drop it off early. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, thank you.
Troublemaker. I'll tell you.
How are you doing?
Good.
Maybe my home
Hey, we're no longer coworkers. I can say how you do, Speedy.
Well,